Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. We've got two stories here. They are related, so I'm going to put them both together rather than doing two separate videos because of the nature of what it is. And they both have a similar theme. They're both things that have been virtue signalled, these woke, wonderful things that the woke wankerati on the left have thought were worthy and that they should be highlighting these things. And then they've both realised that they've got it completely wrong, but they get everything wrong. But it's worth having a look. One of them is about the Brit Awards. I've already covered the main thing. I'm not going over the whole of it, but we're going to look at the Brit Awards, and then we're going to have a look at a particular song that has been problematic to morons. But now they've realised, after much ridicule, that they better backtrack on this one. So straight in down, and we'll have a look at the Brit Awards and their non-gendered music awards. Yeah, so I did this video about a week or so ago, maybe a little longer. It was about the Brit Awards, saying that they're sort of getting rid of the gendered category. So you're not having best male performer, best female performer, because what of people who are transgender? Where do they want to be? Well, psychiatric hospital, I suspect, would be the first port of call. But we're not going over all of that again. But I will point out here that having had the that wonderful result of getting rid of the gendered awards, that all 5 nominations for best performer, not best male or best female, just best performer, and they're all men. Now, obviously, that wasn't what was intended. What was intended was either a woman, or better still, a non-trans identifying, non-gendered, amorphous blob that would have won it. And then everybody, like I say, would feel wonderful and virtuous about themselves, all have little rounds of applause, all take their little grab bags and all piss off home. And then think about what greatness they've had, what they've experienced, and what a wonderful world in which we live. But the reality is 5 men got nominated and they bloody well hate it. And so now, boom, look, they're about to rethink these gender neutral awards because we don't want men to win. So very quickly, I'm not going into this in depth, just want to make this a quick one. So a British music award show, the Brit Awards, has announced that they will be reviewing their gender neutral policy after all of the nominees for the top award at the show were men. Isn't it wonderful? Doesn't it make you proud to be British? The Brit Awards, which the British phonographic industry hands out, did away with gendered award categories in 2022. But now the organisers are looking at reviewing the policy over a lack of female representation. In the previous year, the female singer Adele won the first gender-neutral artist of the year, but controversially, no women were nominated for the category this year. So what? That's how it works. A woman won it last year. Nobody complained, but it's going to be a man this year. Oh, and there's complaints because we haven't got, like I say, the amorphous blob of psychiatric goodness. A spokesman for the award said they were disappointed there were no female artists. Well, maybe this year they weren't good enough. Have you considered that? Or should we just take someone who is better, but happens to be male, out of the award, just so we can have a not as good song by a woman, just for the optics? But isn't that unfair? Aren't you taking a place away from someone who's worked hard for it, put the hours in, and who is better than the others? That's why they were nominated. The very fact that they were nominated and others weren't indicates that is how it is. Anyway, I'm not going to go in, like I say. It's funny. So it's actually a longer piece, but I'm not going into it. But they're having to rethink it because, oh my God, all this worry. We've got rid of all the genders. Now it's only men. Well, there you go. Sucks to be you. Anyway, we've got that. Now this is the music. This is the music industry, and they've done that, and they've made a mistake. They know they've made a mistake, and they look foolish. They're going to have a rethink, and that's fine. So we're just going to flick over to this story. And so it's one big joke. The activists who called Aretha Franklin's Natural Woman offensive to trans women now claim it was satire. No, they don't. What happened was someone was sitting there going, oh, natural woman. Oh, it's natural woman. Oh, that's offensive. And what about women who aren't natural women, but are men who are delusional and who want to pretend to be women and who get very angry when we don't go along with their delusions. Oh, that's unfair. So they said that this is an offensive song. They were then immediately ridiculed everywhere. Twitter, YouTube, news reports, late night chat shows were all ridiculing them and making them look completely stupid. And even getting trans people themselves saying, don't be dicks, because it was utterly ridiculous. And so now they're walking that back and going, no, we meant it as a joke. It was satire. It wasn't satire. You're a bunch of wankers. Anyway, Twitter account calling itself the Transcultural Mindfulness Alliance. Now, if that doesn't scream out wankers, I don't know what does. Criticised the song Natural Woman for being offensive. I don't. I think it's a marvellous song, and Aretha is right up there. One of the best singers of all time, who's had some cracking hits. And I, for one, will not be cancelling Aretha Franklin, because them sisters got to do it for themselves. Right on, girls. But account rode back on those tweets about face, did the reverse ferret, and decided to not look like a bunch of wankers after all, is what they actually mean. They claim that they're a parody account. They are not a parody account, and we know that they're not, because this is in contradiction to the tweet in which they claimed they're not a parody account. So what is it? Are they a parody account who's pretending not to be a parody account as a parody, or are they a bunch of lying wankers? I'm going to go for option B. Anyway, a Twitter account claiming to be run by trans activists has claimed that their tweet criticising Aretha Franklin's song Natural Woman for being offensive to trans women was nothing more than satire, and we all know that is a load of shit. I'm not going to go back into that either, because they aren't worth my time or your time. What I've just given you is two marvellous stories showing how woke wankers get it wrong and then have to reverse their decisions because they're wrong. And when no one is surprised, because everyone knows that these people are all psychotic and very, very stupid. I'm coming up. You know, you can't help but laugh at them. They live in these depressingly joyless lives. They are surrounded by things that offend them at every single opportunity. And then they make their big show of their virtuousness and their big show of we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And then they do it. And then everybody sees them for what they are. Mindless, stupid, ignorant wankers. There is no other way to describe these people. Every single one. And you can tell by the terminology they use. The Mindfulness Alliance and all that. Oh, pass me a fucking bucket. I'm going to vomit. But anyway, we know what they are. They know what they are. Everybody knows what they are. And so it's quite safe to ignore them. And it's just a shame the mainstream media doesn't. They seem to pander to them at every opportunity. But let me just point out, everyone who subscribes to my channel or anyone who watches me knows that I don't do no pandering. I call it for what it is. And that's what it is. Bunch of stupid, stupid people. Anyway, I shall round there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing here on that channel, do hit that subscribe button. It very much helps our channel. We are growing. We are spreading the word. And please join us as we ridicule these people, ridicule politicians and everything. But, you know, it's everywhere. And they need to be exposed to the top, you know, that sunlight. Nothing cleans like a good bit of sunlight. So hit that subscribe button and join us. And thanks again for listening. So until next time, stay safe, stay well, don't go to no gender neutral awards, and goodbye.